Paul, a couple of milestones coming up for you this weekend. Sunday will mark 2 years since you were appointed head coach at Derby County. I'm sure there's one day which is an obvious highlight, but give me your reflections on the 2 years.
Gone really quickly. Really proud to survive 2 years. And obviously it's me doing the talking, but I'm speaking for all the staff. But it's a testament to how hard everyone's worked at the football club, football side, media side, commercial side, everything. It feels like the club's going in the right direction, so it's good. So yeah, I mean, I didn't come here to get sacked, obviously, so I did come here to actually do some work. So I really enjoyed it, and it's nice. Obviously, the longer you're at a club, you know people better, which helps. You're able to put a little bit more identity into your teams, I think, which helps. And that's why all managers like longevity, really, because it makes the job easier and more comfortable, possibly. So it does feel like home to us now, which is great.
And the other milestone, Saturday's trip to Sheffield United will mark your 400th game in management, which isn't bad for a man who we're told never wanted to be a manager in the first place.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I was on an LMA course, a league managers course thing yesterday, and I even taught then. Someone said about they'd done the job for 3 games and went like, it's the worst job in the world. And I went, I can vouch for that. It literally is the hardest. So yeah, it is quite amazing. I don't say that sounds awfully arrogant. I mean, it is quite amazing. I've done 400. If you said I'd done 400 league games, I think, okay, yeah, I wanted to do 400 league games. If you told me after the first 10 games I managed in that I'd do 400, again, but that is, again, testament to my coaches and people who keep me sane, so and my family and everything. So yeah, it is. I did know that figure because Tom kindly sent it me early in the week. I had to read it about 3 times, but yeah, I'm really proud of that. And you know, I was really proud of my playing career and loads of different things I've done in my life, but to get to 400 is really pleasing, to be honest.
Moving on, a couple of injuries to check up on. First, David Ozo, how's he doing after the weekend?
Yeah, he's obviously injured. He's going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks.
Is that better than you thought it might be?
Yeah, it's a strange thing when you see a player get injured, especially at the time of the game. It was strange. And because his movement was quite innocuous, we watched it back straight away on the side of the pitch thinking it doesn't look too bad. But you always hope that he's overreacted and it's only like a very small grade 1 and he'll be out for 10 days. He's definitely out. When someone comes off in the 50th minute, if they come back the following week, then they're a bit of a cowboy. So you think they're definitely out, but then it's about the severity, and then he was in a bit of pain, so then you're thinking, oh, could he have done, like, ripped it off the bone and been out for months? So I think 5 to 6 weeks, worst case, is pretty good for us. And with an international break, it's probably only 4, maybe 5 games. But injuries happen all the time. I'm not going to, weep about it, moan about it. It's next man up. Like, let's see what's happening. But it's disappointing for him because he was playing really well. But that is the nature of the game, unfortunately. I
think we were waiting for updates on Tom Barkhuizen and Liam Thompson as well. How are they doing?
Tomo is 3 to 4 weeks. Tom Barkhuizen is a little bit less, but his is a bit innocuous. I won't give you the boring detail, but it could be only another 10 days. It could be 3 weeks, depending on how his body repairs, but it's just an awkward part of his calf and soleus. So hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully both of them, well, Tom will probably be back before the international break.
You visit Sheffield United on Saturday. They've come down from the Premier League and beaten through their opening 5 games. How impressed have you been with them and maybe the way that they've avoided the hangover?
Yeah, really good. Like when you go down, obviously everything's down in the dumps, obviously. But then I think when the actual season ends, I think it was a relief for them because it was a very long, tough season. I think, if you'd asked them could they have finished it in Feb, I think they would have. It just felt like, let's just put us out of our misery. But then as soon as the season finishes and the dawn of the new pre-season and the window opens and you're able to manoeuvre things and move things and let some people go and do the signings that they've made. They've made brilliant signings. The left back, the goalkeeper, the centre forward, the 10. These are like phenomenal players. And it doesn't surprise me that they're doing so well. Like, I love Nilly and Chris, really good people, like done excellent throughout their career. And when they left Northampton to go to Sheffield United, I mean, I played with Nilly, so I know him really well. But they had, you know, unbridled success really, and the fact that they've gone back and started the season so well, you know, doesn't surprise any of us in our coach's office. That is no shock. They've got a really good team, but they're really well coached. So, you know, you have to have them both really to have success, and you know, they'll no doubt have a successful season, but they're the games that we want to play in.
I talked to you earlier about managing in game number 400. I think Chris Wilder is on 1,023 or something like that. Can you quite imagine what you must go through in a career to get to that sort of figure?
I mean, it's pretty impressive. I remember doing a course in the summer where Sam Allardyce came in with Sammy Lee. Sammy Lee was hilarious, by the way. And Sam Allardyce came in and talked through all his clubs and his games, and not every game. Christ, that would have been a long day. But like the clubs and, you know, the journey and all that sort of thing. And then Sammy Lee, his first opening sentence was, by the way, we've been sacked at virtually all of them. So when I look at Chris's, anyone who's got over 1,000, like Neil Warnock I worked with, great guy, he's obviously had loads as well. There's massive highs, and then there's, you know, there's sackings along the way and moving around the country and all that. And you have to have a real desire for the game to be in it that long. So Chris had played, and then to coach for over 1,000 games, people would say there's other reasons, but I honestly think there's so many difficult parts of being a football manager. You really have to love it to put yourself through it, really. That's the honest truth. And the fact that he's still got the same fire in his belly as he had 1,000 ago is fair play to him. I mean, 1,000 seems ridiculous, but my 400 felt ridiculous after one. So fair play to him. And like, Nilly's a brilliant coach who's like been there virtually all the way with him, I think, in every job. So it doesn't surprise me that they're having success again now.
To finish on you, your team was so good away from home last season, record-breaking, in fact. How keen are you to get that first championship point on your travels?
Yeah, obviously we are. I mean, whether we were good away last year or not, like, you know, that's past now, that's history. I always like to look forward, but this is a game that I would love to play in. I did play in. Well, not for Derby, obviously, but I did play at Bramwell Lane a few times. But it's an amazing atmosphere to the place. I mean, I can't help but sing the Chip Butty song because it's sort of where I live in it. So it's a game that we want to perform. I thought we performed well at Watford. I didn't think we performed well enough in the entirety at Blackburn. But it's another good test. It's another good test to see where we're at, and we want to come away with something. That goes without saying. So we'll have to be at our very best for every minute of the game, but you know, I've got a lot of trust in this group, and it should be a good game. I know we're taking a good following, so good day out, isn't it?